The teaser trailers are starting to drop, and the rollout for Avengers Doomsday is about to begin. And I have to say, I am very nervous about this movie. Everything that we know of so far leading up to the release of this movie has got me concerned. First, it was supposed to come out May 2nd of 25, and then May 2nd of 26. And now finally it's coming out in December 18th of 2026. That many release dates and that many delays is never a good sign. At least I never see it as a good sign. It just shows that they had nothing ready and they were just spitting out release dates and throwing out a Hail Mary that it would be ready in that time, that an idea would be formed and that something would be filmed. So just taking a shot in the dark. Last year they had that whole reveal with all the actors that'll be in the movie, or most of the actors that'll be in the movie, and it's one of my main concerns is that this movie is just focusing on the actors and the star power instead of like an actual good movie. I get it's exciting seeing all these characters together and actors together that have never interacted on screen before, but that should come secondary to the story itself. My biggest problem with Deadpool and Wolverine was that it felt like all these characters were just interacting with each other just because they needed to. It didn't feel necessary for the plot. The story was really weak, but we saw characters interact with each other in the costumes that they're supposed to be wearing, and that was enough for the movie to cross, $1.6 billion it was, $1.3 billion, and become the highest rated R movie of all time. So now Disney has this formula of, alright, let's bring back Robert Downey Jr., let's make him play an iconic villain, so we'll make him play Dr. Doom, let's bring back Captain America, Chris Evans, let's bring back Thor, and they're all going to duke it out again. They're all going to team up and they're going to take down Robert Downey. But wait, we need stakes in this movie. What's an old Marvel property that we have that we're not going to have any use for? Oh, let's get the X-Men from the Fox universe. We'll get them, and then Dr. Doom's going to kill them all right away. I'm just worried that this movie is going to become nostalgia bait and not carry an actual story. You don't know why Infinity War worked so well? Because the story was actually good. It's actually a solid movie on top of you have all the characters interacting with each other for the first time. Then Endgame started running into that problem where they just wanted as many people on screen as possible and the story suffered in order for the plot to move along. In the first two teasers, we see Captain America with his newborn son or daughter, I'm not sure which it is. And we can only speculate that this is going to cause an incursion and that's why Dr. Doom shows up. And I feel like this alone, when I saw it, I feel like it is so out of character for Steve Rogers to do this. Steve Rogers in the MCU, he knew the risk that it would happen. He knew the consequences and he still chose to have a child. I feel like that is just so out of character and so selfish for him. And the second teaser was Thor, just giving him the spotlight that he has a daughter to protect now and that he wants strength to protect her, which leads me to believe that this movie is going to be about Doom rounding up the children. I don't know if he's going to want them for their powers or what exactly he's going to want them for, because we saw he wanted Franklin in the Fantastic Four. But I'm getting really sick of these child-based movies and shows. Like we had the whole Mandalorian and Grogu. We had Ben Kenobi with little kid Leia. We had the Fantastic Four with their kids, although that was more integral to the plot. And now then we had Thor with his daughter, and now we're going to have this whole thing with Doom. It just feels so overdone. I don't know why Disney continues to do it. I really think the only success they had with it was Mandalorian and Grogu, because these episodes, these shows, these movies aren't really rated that well, and they all have like a similar plot structure. But hey, if something doesn't work for 4 times, try another 5 or 6 times. Eventually it'll work. Honestly, it just feels like nothing was planned beyond Endgame. Like the MCU was given a clean slate and they just did not know what to do. We should have gotten one Avengers movie before another huge team up. Like we should have just gotten a normal Avengers movie back in 23, 24. They want to do that whole King Dynasty movie and then Secret Wars without Dr. Doom, which would have been completely stupid, and then they go and turn around and then do Secret Wars with Dr. Doom as a primary focus, which is a good thing. What I don't like is that it feels like they did it just for fan service and not because they had an actual plan in place. They're like, alright, we need Dr. Doom, we can't use King anymore. We need Dr. Doom. Just make sure he's in the movie. Make sure he's the main part of it. We'll figure out all the details later. People like the Russo bros, right? All right, let's get them to direct this movie again. We need Robert Downey Jr. because he's our moneymaker. We need Chris Evans because, he makes money too. Make sure you split it into 2 parts. So that way we can make $2 billion twice. That way we also make sure that any movie we release in between those 2 Avengers movies also make a lot of money. And screw it. MCU's going to do a soft reset. Let's get every single Marvel character that we can. Call up every single actor from the past 20 years that has worked with Marvel, and we're going to put them in these 2 movies. Russo bros, here's a few $1 million, here's a script, here's the characters that are going to be in it, just make something work. That's what these movies feel like. And I know King Dynasty would have been the same thing, but at least King Dynasty they were somewhat building into with Ant-Man 3 and Loki. And now he's probably just going to be killed off screen, or Doom's going to take care of him within like the first minute of the movie. this huge big bad just gets pushed to the side. Now, I never really cared about King Dynasty, especially if that script came out was real, it would have been bad, but I still like when movies and when just franchises follow through with their vision instead of just going in blind. Because I have a strong feeling that a lot of things in Doomsday and Secret Wars are just not going to work, and it's going to just drag the movie and make it suffer. But who knows? I'm just spitballing here. We haven't even seen a full trailer. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it's going to be a great movie, a solid story that anybody can enjoy, not just superhero fans, but only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you guys excited for Doomsday, for Secret Wars? Do you not care for it? Do you think it's going to be a great movie? Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one.